"Marry me," she shouted, her voice slicing through the hum of tourists outside Buckingham Palace. Gasps rippled through the crowd as every phone whipped up to record. There, in the middle of the changing of the guard, a young woman with cascading brunette curls, radiant skin, and an hourglass figure dropped to one knee in front of one of the stoic Queen's guards. Her form-fitting dress shimmered in the London sun, catching the attention of every passerby as she held up a small velvet box. "You, the silent warrior of the crown. Will you be mine?" She grinned. The guard didn't blink, not a muscle twitched. His ceremonial red tunic seemed to burn against the grey stone backdrop of the palace. The towering bearskin hat shadowed his eyes, and for a moment it was as if he didn't hear her. But everyone else did, and the internet was about to. The crowd erupted. Some cheered, egging her on, others laughed nervously, unsure whether this was a stunt or a genuine proposal. Her beauty, her boldness, the tension, it was viral gold. She stood slowly, flipping her hair and gazing into his face. "Nothing? Not even a smile?" she teased, moving closer. Still silence. Then, without warning, the guard took one powerful step forward, rifle in hand. "Step away from the Queen's Guard," he barked, his voice thunderous, rehearsed, and cold as steel. The crowd went dead quiet. She froze mid-smile. Her eyes widened, then dropped. Laughter turned into gasps, followed by awkward silence. Her cheeks flushed a deep red as she lowered the box and stepped back, her heels clicking against the stone. "It was just for fun," she mumbled, glancing around as phones continued to record. "Just for fun." But it was too late. The moment had flipped. What began as a bold, cheeky display now looked like a humiliation. The crowd began to whisper, some jeering, others simply watching her retreat with stunned expressions. She disappeared into the crowd, her once bright confidence shattered. Hours later, sitting on a low wall along the Thames, she scrolled through comments already pouring in. Cringe. Disrespectful. Embarrassing. She thought being hot gave her a pass. Her lips trembled, tears welled. She didn't expect this. She had flown in from New York just a week before. Her name was Maya. She was a model, yes, but also a history major. Her obsession with British culture and royal traditions wasn't new. It was her thing. Her TikTok page had over 500,000 followers, and this video was supposed to be her cheeky tribute to the guards she admired. It wasn't mockery, it was awe. She thought it would be fun, flirty. Maybe he'd crack a smile, maybe he'd wink. She never expected anger. At home that night, wrapped in a blanket with puffy eyes and raw nerves, Maya uploaded a different video, a tearful explanation. She talked about her love for the UK, how she grew up poor but found escape in history books, how the guards represented strength to her. "I thought I was being cute," she whispered, "but I crossed a line and I'm sorry." The video exploded overnight. Not just hate, but support too. Veterans, Brits, even former guards started commenting. One said, "You made a mistake, but your apology showed class." Another, "The way she got humbled, and then handled it like a queen. Respect." The tide turned, then something unexpected happened. The royal guard from that video was identified by the press. His name was Thomas Reeve, 28, son of a soldier, trained at Sandhurst, a man of pride and duty. Reporters swarmed, but he refused interviews. Until one day, a short article was published in a military newsletter, a quote from Thomas. She was bold. "I respected her courage, but I was doing my job." Just one line. But it was enough. 2 months later, Maya was invited to speak at a charity gala in London, raising funds for veterans' families. She walked on stage in an elegant black gown, not for attention this time, but for reverence. She spoke not about beauty or followers, but about the lesson she learned, about honoring roles, reading the room, and respecting traditions even as we evolve them. The room rose in applause. As she stepped down, a man in uniform stood silently at the back. He gave her a slight nod, barely perceptible. But Maya saw. Her eyes widened. It was him, Thomas. The same stoic expression, the same quiet intensity. No words, just respect. And that was enough. Maya's story became a case study in cultural clash, public humility, and growth. Not every mistake deserves cancellation. Sometimes, what matters is what you do after the fall. She never again tried to go viral. But she did go back to school, earning her master's in British cultural studies. And when people ask her what changed her path, she smiles and says, "A man in a red coat who didn't flinch." Sometimes, the greatest moments of clarity come from the silence after our loudest mistakes. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a karma in the comments below.